Perfect. Hello, YouTube. Good morning. Tuning in from Dubai here. And today we will be talking about how you might be cultivating self-doubt. Because guess what? Whatever you're not consciously cultivating, if you're not consciously cultivating positivity, skills, or anything else in your mindset or in your skill set, you might be subconsciously cultivating self-doubt. And I'll share with you 7 signs that you might be cultivating this self-doubt today. So wonderful. All right. So we're going to dive in. Self-doubt is a feeling where you lack self-trust, basically. So why is this a big problem today? Is that more and more the world is self-reliant. The pandemic has shown us very well that if you're not being self-reliant, you might become disposable and not useful very quickly. Good morning, Yasser, on YouTube. So self-doubt is a corrosive thought of continuously doubting yourself, doubting your abilities, doubting your talents, doubting your decisions. The problem with that is that you end up overthinking, wasting time by being indecisive, taking small decisions, not taking risks, and ultimately not living your full potential. And as I mentioned in the beginning, if you are not actively cultivating, working on something like building self trust, building your skills, building your confidence, building your communication skills, whatever, if you're not actively working on something in improving yourself, you might subconsciously be cultivating self doubt. All right, I'm going to share with you 7 signs. So look out for those signs within yourself. This is how you will help yourself bring to your awareness what is it that you're actually cultivating today. All right, so number 1, the first sign that you might be cultivating self-doubt subconsciously, obviously you're not going to do this to yourself consciously, is that you're convinced that feeling good or feeling positive is a sign of being careless or irresponsible. So any attempt of anybody trying to make you feel more positive or anybody encouraging you to feel more open and feeling good, you will immediately have this reaction that but if you allow yourself to feel good about yourself or to feel positive about yourself, is a no, is a no. It's an invitation. It's like, no. If I do that, then I'm being irresponsible. Okay. So this is the sign number 1. If you naturally have that reaction to never feel good about yourself, or when there is an invitation for you to appreciate yourself, you're like, no. This is, if I'm praising myself, if I'm being positive, if I am being really accepting myself, I'm probably being irresponsible and I'm missing out on some important thing, right? So be careful, pay attention. If your reaction, if your initial reaction to being positive is saying, no, I'm going to be careless, I'm going to miss out on something, not allowing yourself to feel positive. So this might be some sign number 1. Sign number 2 that you might be cultivating self-doubt. You question every decision you're about to take 3-4 times. You seek 3, 4, 5, 7-second opinions before you take a decision. Now, I don't demean reflection and I don't demean you consulting other people on taking your decisions. But this is, you notice that this is a habit in your life. You doubt every single decision that you take, and it's exhausting. It becomes exhausting for you to constantly question your behavior and your action. So this is the second sign that you might be subconsciously cultivating your self-doubt. I'm going to go through this quickly, guys, just in order to serve you today powerfully, not to waste your time. Sign number 3 that you might be cultivating your self-doubt is when you make a mistake, your first reaction, your first impulse is to judge harshly yourself and even to punish yourself, right? Even to harshly punish yourself. What is that voice in your head like? Whenever you make a mistake, what is the first reaction? I'm so stupid. How could I be such an idiot? How can I repeat this mistake? How can I trust this person? What the hell is wrong with me? If that is the voice that is talking to you in your head whenever you make a mistake, this is a sign that you're actively cultivating that self-doubt. You are nurturing, not trusting yourself, that eventually might lead to really nasty consequences in your life, in your freedom, in your success, and how you live your full potential. So this is number 3. When you make a mistake, you're terrible with yourself. That voice is just destroying you. Not a good sign. Number 4, you don't take compliments well. Oh my God, you struggle taking compliments. Anytime someone is complimenting you, the 3 things you are thinking about is, number 1, they're lying to you. It's like, no. Whenever somebody says, you're so great, you did well, you look amazing today, you helped me so much, your advice is so important, your opinion is so important, you're like, no, 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 they're lying to me. That's number 1. Number 2, you think that they want something from you. So you're immediately suspicious. Is like, this can't be true. You cannot accept that you can be good. You cannot accept that you're actually valuable. Your opinion is valuable. So immediate reaction, you think they're lying to you. You think they want something from you, or you think they're just pitying. They just pity you. How many of you have this reaction when somebody is complimenting you? How many? I assume many people, right? If this is something that you notice, if you struggle receiving compliments, this is a sure sign that you are cultivating self-doubt. It is a clear indication that you don't trust yourself to be good enough. And that's why, so I can see Yasser on YouTube says, yes, number 4 is true about me. Exactly. Right. So this is a sign, this is a red flag. So what we're doing today, we're uncovering some red flags that you might not be aware of, that you're actively cultivating self-doubt, even if you're not doing consciously. It's happening subconsciously, but that's what's happening. All right. Okay. So this is number 4. Number 5, you constantly criticize yourself, and you're never good enough in your own eyes. No matter what you do, no matter what you don't do, how much you do, how much you show up, how much you don't show up, you are always and constantly criticizing yourself as if you are never ever doing enough. Oh my God, this is the biggest red flag. Because guess what? Whatever you're not controlling, whatever you're not changing, you're choosing. So if you're not changing this negative voice in your head, you're choosing to continuously build this self-doubt. And self-doubt is the most poisonous, corrosive belief about yourself. You believing that you're unable, incapable. And when that big opportunity comes, guess what? You're not going to take it. You are not going to take it. You're going to miss out because you think you're not good enough. And how you do it? By practicing self-doubt every single day with these signs. All right. So number 5, you constantly criticize yourself and you're never good enough in your own eyes. Okay. Number 6, you dwell too much on making decisions. You are convinced that any decision you take will not be good enough. And this is the speed of decision making. And we talked about it. And how is it different? Is that you take so much time in taking a decision, and sometimes you avoid taking decisions and you think, you know what, I'm just not going to take any decision around that. But guess what? Not taking a decision, it's a decision to not take action. Not taking a decision is a decision as well. Is it empowering? Is it helping yourself? Is it helping you? No. It is disempowering and it feels like you're out of control. And when you feel like you're out of control, guess what? You are going to doubt yourself even more. So this is number 6. And number 7, the sign number 7 that you're cultivating self-doubt. And again, I'll repeat this again. I said it. If you're not actively cultivating something positive, if you're not cultivating a skill, subconsciously you are choosing and you are cultivating self-doubt, which is very poisonous for your growth. Number 7, you never give yourself credit or celebrate your small wins. You think they're too small to be worth celebrating. Literally, no matter what you do, you never, even if you achieve something, even if you achieve your goals that you set, you get there and you're like, man, it's this is supposed to be, I'm supposed to be here. You never take any kind of credit for yourself. You never allow yourself to stop and say, wow, I really deserve, I worked so hard and I deserve to celebrate myself. And you never allow yourself to do that. The moment you reach your goals, what you do, you immediately set another impossible goal ahead of you and start punishing yourself into reaching that goal. So you're basically in this constant negative relationship with yourself, in pushing yourself more and more and more. And there's nothing wrong in pushing yourself. I love that. But it has to be a balance between pushing yourself, celebrating yourself, accepting yourself, loving yourself, and pushing yourself some more. Because when you just push and push and push and push and push and push yourself, you're going to burn yourself out. You're going to end up with an anxiety, panic attack, or depression. It is not a good way to be persistent and to really achieve your goals. All right, so these are the 7 signs. So if you recognize any behavior that I just mentioned, start paying attention. Say, why am I cultivating self-doubt? I might as well consciously change that to cultivate. And what is the antidote of self-doubt? Is self-trust, self-acceptance, self-support, self-worth, self-esteem, self-love. All of those things are amazing to help yourself overcome those things. So I'm going to go quickly over how you can overcome few of these things. Number one, cultivate a sense of personal purpose. When you get in touch with your purpose, with what is the reason you are here, then you start honoring yourself. Start honoring yourself. You're here for a reason. Your soul is here for a reason. Even if you're failing, even if you're continuously making mistakes, you're working towards your purpose on this earth. Start respecting yourself. Start treating yourself like someone you respect and love. Start treating yourself like someone you have responsibility for and you love. Start treating yourself like you are your own small younger sister or younger brother. Start treating yourself like you are your own teacher, with respect, with consideration, with patience, with love. So this is number one. Number two, spend time with people who believe in you. And if you don't have anybody, jump on these lives. And I don't mean to jump into this community, connect to the people in the chat, because people who are coming regularly to these lives are people who are growing, are people who are positive, are people who want to cultivate all these wonderful things within themselves. Spend time with people who believe in you. I believe in you. If you don't have anybody else, I freakishly believe in you. And you know that about me. I'm showing up here for you guys. Spend time with people who believe in you. Try therapy, counseling, coaching. If you feel like there's this block you can't overcome, and I don't say work with me, although you can, absolutely, you can reach out, we can work together if this is what you want. But if not, try a therapist, try counseling, try a professional, 1, 2, 3, 5, 10 sessions, however many you need to overcome some blockages. Don't stay where you are. Practice compassion and empathy, and especially self-compassion and self-empathy. If you understand and realize that for some reason you're practicing the self-doubt that you didn't even know, counterbalance that with practicing self-empathy and self-compassion. It's a beautiful thing. Beautiful thing. Stop comparing yourself to others. And when you do compare yourself to others, be fair. Because guess what? You know what we tend to do? We pick someone who is way ahead of us in a completely, let's say you are at the beginning of the road and they're in the middle of the road or on the top of the road, and you start comparing yourself with others, which is an absolute unfair comparison. You're basically comparing yourself with someone who is in a completely different place in their life right now. Stop doing that. And you know what? Okay, now about comparison, let's be clear. Comparison is something that we do as humans. Okay, so you say, okay, stop comparing yourself to others. it's impossible. That's what we do as humans. We in our society for thousands and thousands of years we would always compare ourselves to other people. So instead of fighting this natural impulse of comparing yourself to others, just become aware of who you're comparing yourself to and influence that. Make sure that whatever you're comparing yourself to is fair to you, is not unfair to you. Like that's key. Don't try to stop comparing yourself, because that's like you're going against your own human nature. And good luck with that. You're going to spend a lot of time trying to do that. But just be fair in that comparison. And whatever you can switch is comparison for, if you're looking, if it's that person who is way ahead of you that you want to follow and inspires you, switch comparison for mentorship. Take this comparison as like, okay, how can I learn from them? Know how good are they and how terrible am I? Because that isn't going to serve you. That's just going to stop you in your tracks. But take them as their mentors. Look what they do right and learn from them. So Yasser is asking, what if my family comparing me to someone else, saying, why not be like him? Mute that, Yasser. Meet them with compassion. They want the best for you, but that's probably not the best advice. Guys, another thing, even if good advice, like even if your loved ones, people who love and adore you, but they give you bad advice, mute that advice. Even if you mute that advice, it doesn't mean that you don't love them in any shape or form. Just mute that advice. It's bad advice, simply. And if you don't follow their advice, it doesn't mean you don't love them. It's just people, unqualified people, no matter how much people they love you, some bad advice still may come from them. Maybe they're not, they are qualified to love you, but they're not qualified to give you the best advice. So just mute that if it doesn't serve you. It's not disrespecting, it's not serving you. Okay. All right. And the last thing I would say to help yourself overcome this self-doubt, cultivation of self-doubt, practice gratitude. And I cannot emphasize enough just how massive practicing gratitude is. There's studies upon studies upon studies, tens and hundreds of studies from the most reputable universities around the world, from Harvard to whatever. I saw one at MIT, Princeton. There are studies coming out about the unmeasurable and unbounded benefits of practicing gratitude. Gratitude is the ultimate feeling that can help you overcome anything: shame, guilt, doubt, fear, anxiety, hate, uh, anger, anything, any of those feelings, self-doubt, self-hatred, lack of self-trust, anything, any single thing can be overcome by practicing gratitude. And you can start here. You can start within this community. You can start within, what is it that you're obviously grateful for? And maybe what is it that you are grateful for, but you don't even realize you're breathing? That's a great thing to be. We're here together. That's another great thing to be grateful for. I'm grateful for the people that grow my food, that make it possible for my food to be available to me anytime in the supermarket, I'm buying potato from Lebanon. I'm so grateful to the farmers in Lebanon. I can have Lebanese potato and I can enjoy it. I'm grateful to the fishermen in Sweden that, they fish the salmon and they grow the salmon and I can eat that nice omega-3 in my body. I'm grateful to the farmers in Turkey who growing the lemons and I can squeeze a fresh lemon into my salad. And whatever it is, small things, like think of all the people that support you in your life. Okay, so you think, well, Leo, nobody supports me, I'm all by myself, I'm so lonely, I'm so alone, nobody believes in me. Well, think about all the people that you're not aware that support you indirectly. Think about that. Think about all the people or the workers who work, day and night in the heat and have heat strokes and dehydration and whatnot to build the roads that we're driving on. Think about that, right? And you say, yeah, this is not a big deal. Well, it is. It is. Imagine yourself like walking in the sand versus driving on a nice, beautiful, brand new road, and how much that effort takes to build that road for you. All right. So gratitude, honestly, is the absolute ultimate tool that you can use and that will help you overcome self-doubt. Remember, whatever you're not cultivating, whatever you are not cultivating is cultivating you. So if you're not aware that you are cultivating this self-doubt, become aware of it now. You have the 7 signs that I shared with you. If you notice any kind of behavior, displaying any kind of behavior, I'm just going to go quickly and recap them. Then pay attention, take some action, take some counterbalancing action. I'm just quickly going to go through the 7 signs that you might be subconsciously cultivating self-doubt. Number 1, you're convinced that feeling good or positive is a sign of being careless or irresponsible. Number 2, you question every single decision you take 3-4 times, which is exhausting for you. Number 3, if you make a mistake, you harshly judge yourself and even punish yourself. Number 4, you do not take compliments well. If people are complimenting you, you believe that they pity you, they're lying to you, or they just want to use you and manipulate you. Number 5, you constantly criticize yourself and never think that you're good enough. Number 6, you dwell too much on making decisions. You're convinced that any decisions you take just will not be good enough. And number 7, you never give yourself credit or celebrate your small wins. You think they're too small to be celebrated. Okay, so those are the signs, the red flags. If you observe any kind of behavior of that form, it means you're subconsciously cultivating self-doubt. And I shared here how you can recalibrate that, how you can instead focus on cultivating some positive within you. With this, I will say goodbye to YouTube. Thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, leave a comment. If you have a question, leave a comment. If you took value, share, like, it really matters. And feel free to explore much more of this content on this channel. Sorry. Have an amazing, fantastic day. Take good care of yourself. See you next time.